Back with us now, former DHS Acting Deputy Secretary. He is also a Heritage Foundation visiting fellow. He's Ken Cuccinelli. Ken, it's great to see you. All right, so how is this going to hit the border? The Washington Post reporting the Taliban is about to turn Afghanistan into the world's biggest, richest, best armed ever narco-state. What do you say to this? Hasn't this always been going on? Hasn't this always been the case? Haven't their drugs already been coming here?
So Afghanistan is the source of, I want to say, 90% of the heroin base plant. And so it has been finding its way here, but it's not been financing a government. You don't have governmental support. And what I fully expect the Taliban to do is essentially use this as a way to attack our society and finance their government at the same time. And that has not been the case out of Afghanistan before. And when you combine that with the intentional open door policy of this administration on the southern border, where there is essentially no meaningful bar to drug trafficking across the southern border, and we have created a multi-layer problem for ourselves.
So, you know, a couple of years ago, the BBC did a report that that basically the Taliban imposes a tax on every stage of the production of drugs. We're talking a roaring production, and as you point out, opium for heroin, hashish, and crystal meth.
Yes,
so
that's
what the Taliban has been doing. So, but how exactly do their drugs make their way to our border, and can't we stop it?
So, I mean, the best way to stop it, would have been to support local allies 20 years ago, like we did and succeeded in Afghanistan, and keep doing that. But that isn't the course we chose. The next best is to actually enforce our own border restrictions, because the open border is what makes this so easy. It's not difficult at all to ship large masses of drugs from Afghanistan to Mexico without much threat of interdiction. And from there, because, again, the overland routes are wide open to smugglers, drug smugglers, and the drug cartels control the entire southern side of the U.S.-Mexico border, it's child's play to move those drugs into the United States. And, by the way, any terrorists they want to send along for the ride. After 9/11, it was a bipartisan understanding that one of the things we had to do to protect ourselves from international terrorism was to be tight on our borders and on those who might overstay visas illegally.
Yeah, Biden, Obama, Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer, they all were for that after 9/11. You know, your reaction to a federal court handing yet another loss for President Biden on the border. A federal judge blocked the Biden administration's new rules that would have put the handcuffs on ICE agents in arresting illegal border crossers based on narrow categories. Now there's an injunction against that. This is pretty serendipitous. This is happening now. What do you say?
Yes, that happened. The judge recently reopened by order the Remain in Mexico program. This administration is lawless. They don't care about the law. I mean, look at the southern border. They are intentionally allowing people, frankly, inviting them to violate our immigration laws. So that they would disobey other laws to accomplish that shouldn't surprise anyone. This was a heartening decision by this judge. It obviously doesn't solve the problem, but it does make clear just how lawless this administration is being. And remember, they are letting violent criminals go. You know, we talk a lot about the fact that they're not serious about COVID on the border while telling all the rest of us we need to shut down our lives. The same is true on crime. They're not serious about removing violent criminals, gang members, MS-13 members that they encounter along the border, and yet they're complaining about the spike in crime across the country and trying to find scapegoats other than their effort to demonize and defund the police.
Yeah, it sounds like common sense. You need drug gangs are in various U.S. cities. So, you know, you talk about the lawlessness. You're tracking news and information that now the Biden administration is losing way more in the courts than the Trump administration did. So that's an interesting trend that's happening now. Your final word on that.
Yeah, and you can expect to see more of that. As my final word is, this has only just begun. Because of this lawlessness, they can't defend it in court. Can't defend it.
All right, Ken Cuccinelli, thanks for joining us. It's good to see you. Come back soon.
Good to be with
It's great to have you on.